us struggle with what to believe with what we see out on the internet and on social media. Don't be ashamed of yourself if you've fallen for some bogus information. It can happen to anyone. It does happen to all of us, all of the time, a lot. I'm Liz, and today's technology lesson is about information. If you like this video, please let us know by clicking the thumbs up symbol. If you want to see our other videos, please subscribe. It's free. And hit the bell icon for notifications of future videos. There is a plethora of information available, and recently, even more so, because artificial intelligence is being used to gather and disseminate a lot more of it. And knowledge is power. So let's have a conversation with a dear friend of mine who discovered that she had actually been in a cult based on what she was able to derive from information on the internet. I remember you telling me about how you discovered that you were in a cult. Can you please retell that story?
Well, I was told by my mother and my sister way back when, and I just said no. I responded to them to say all the things I was taught um, to be able to recognize they're trying to mess with me. So because it was brainwashed into me very well, like totally scientific, the study of knowing how to know. And so that it was a beginning of it. The brainwashing is right in the beginning to say people will try to stop you from improving yourself. They don't understand it. They'll just try to stop you. Just ignore them. This is the right thing to do. This is how you will improve yourself and handle the emotional, mental problems you feel you have and your depression, blah, blah, all that. Handle anything it says, okay? So you're already prepared when your mother or your friends say, you're in a cult. You're already ready and armed to say, no, I'm not. But as the computers came along, and internet and all that, there was, when I went on the internet, it was when I was confirming for myself. Anyways, I was confirming the bad feelings I had. And I wasn't allowed to we were not allowed to read anything bad about, especially the leaders. And we sure weren't supposed to divulge the information that it was all confidential as you climbed up the ladder and your training and your counseling they gave you and all that stuff. To talk about it, you weren't supposed to talk about your own case. You weren't supposed to talk bad about anybody. And if you were found out, and you will be, they'll go after you. They'll try to pull you in and re-brainwash you. They call it something else, but it'd refresh you on all the stuff.
So let's go back to the point where you went onto the internet because you wanted to confirm the feelings that you were having. So there were feelings. What were those feelings? Like, gosh.
I Googled them. I started reading things, and I found many people, even some of my friends. Here it goes. So that really knew it then. People I knew and respected who got out.
Oh, wow.
Good to find that out. And mind you, I couldn't tell my husband that I was looking stuff up. Because because they had what they called knowledge report. That's kind of like Hitler, the little kids, the little teenage boys who were in that. So they were little soldiers for Hitler and brainwashing them to rat on their parents if the parents were helping Jews escape or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wow.
Well, knowledge reports. And they will ask you right off the bat, has anybody said something bad about you or a leader to you? Anybody told me it was bad or anything? Well, then here I am. The lie detector's going to show. Yeah, and then I got to talk about it. And then they're going to throw me into ethics. where they'll try to make me pay money to clean up what happened to me. Like somebody messed with me, they told me bad things. So I'm then told to disconnect from the person who is negative, talking negative about you. Disconnect. It's really bad that way.
Yeah. So did I understand you correctly when you said that for your friends that you had who were inside had gotten out and you were seeing that on the internet?
I was seeing it on the internet, and that helped me so much to confirm my fears. And, because you would think that some of the things I saw, you would think that would be enough to walk away. Most people will never get involved in. It's like obviously stupid, just move on. And okay, so once I was sneaking around on the computer from my church, I couldn't let them know I was doing it. I couldn't let anybody know. I couldn't let my husband know, or he would. I mean, he's supposed to break up with me, disconnect, right? Break up the family and kids, and my kids weren't interested. But gosh, it'd be expensive to try to raise family on your own.
Oh, how horrible.
And I just kept checking on the internet and reading stuff until I finally went, whoa, I'm out of this. Never again. No more. Cans. I'm almost immediately, my brain cleared. It lit up. I could see better. I swear I can think better.
There's a lot of misinformation and disinformation there. So, what is the difference? Misinformation is inaccurate but not intentionally meant to mislead you, but disinformation is wrong and is meant to deceive you. Why would they do that? How can you check information that you get? Here's an acronym to help you decide if you think it's worth believing or not. FACE. Remember FACE. Face it. F. Fact checking. A is the author verifiable. C. Confirmation. And E. Emotional language. Let's face up to the information. So, first of all, checking the facts. How do you do this? Well, there are websites such as Snopes, PolitiFact, or FactCheck.org. FactCheck.org, for example, is nonpartisan. It's a project of the Annenberg Public Policy Center at the University of Pennsylvania. FactCheck does not receive funding from any political parties, advocacy groups, or special interests. They have a rigorous process for verifying information, and they investigate claims from all sides of the political spectrum. They're completely transparent. A. Is the author verifiable? Is the website author of social media account reputable? C. Can the information be verified by other reliable sources? E. Emotional language is often used for you to get a reaction and not think clearly. We see that in scams a lot.
So here we can see that we're at a web page called factcheck.org. And it has actually a lot of different things here you can search. For the top, you can see there's home and ask a question. So I'm looking at this Biden on ban assault weapons thing because I'm always hearing people say, oh, I'm going to have all my guns taken away. So I'm going to check this. Apparently, admitted that he wanted to definitely change things. But all guns? No, it looks like it's really just the assault rifles. Adds more information to what you're thinking. So it's not all guns, assault weapons. So another meme I wanted to check out was the thing about Donald Trump taking away all of our Social Security. All of our Social Security away. So here we've got this cutting waste and fraud. Not all the benefits. So I mean, it merits more investigation if you really want to get into it, like how specific things might get.
Let's educate each other, not berate each other. Educate, Don't berate. Do you believe the same way you have always believed? Well, chances are that you don't. We are humans who learn and change throughout life. I have a friend who works in the school district who sees kids decide not to be friends because they don't have the same political beliefs. Children! What are we letting happen to our society by having this type of contention at such young ages? That's not the future we want. We need to develop 3C skills: curiosity, compassion, and critical thinking. Curiosity, compassion, critical thinking. These 3Cs will be on another future video, but for now, let's consider this. Could conversations be more productive by asking more questions and actually listening? Please share your listening and learning experiences in the comments below.